Hey there, Cancer. It's me here, Krystal Clear, happy to deliver to you September 2024's reading. A new season is among us. We've got the equinox mid-month, so good shifts on the way. We're going to pull two cards here for the energy for you, Cancer. Coming into the month first, we've got the universe works fast when I'm having fun. I mean, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing, right, Cancer? Like, just to be able to have a little bit of fun, for things not to be too heavy, to remember that manifesting and energy, it moves and ripples from our place of being. And so if our place of being is one that is fun and uplifted, and then that trickles out into our experience. So starting off September seems on a fun foot. And as we leave the month, let's see if the fun continues. We can see that it does, and that it is a conduit. Hope, fun is a conduit for miracles, meaning it's that trickle. Maybe hope isn't fun all of the time. Maybe sometimes hope comes with other things too, like uncertainty or maybe misdirection or no direction or disconnection or the unknown. But also with hope, there is faith, there can be fun, there can be perspective, there can be reflection. And so I feel like for this month of September, you're just learning more deeply about how your state of mind, your energy, when you can be lighthearted, a little bit fun about it, and have a good time, more good times continue. And this does feel very either social, or here in this month of September, it feels like you're just getting back maybe to your quote unquote normal self. Like sometimes we go through transitions where different parts of us or a part of us might be in change, or the season is like shifting in bloom and we're discovering a new part of us, and then it takes a while to integrate the other parts of us. So September feels like the month where all of the other parts of us start to come back, and they kind of magnetize back to the core, back to the center. So it feels like you're coming back to yourself here in September. Let's pull 4 cards, see how the month looks. So we have the Emperor the first week. The second week, we've got the High Priestess. The third week, we've got the Empress. Wow, okay. And finally, the fourth week, we've got 8 of Wands. So for some of you, and I know this is like a Cancer reading and family healing, family dynamics, nurturing, that's a very Cancerian focus mission. But man, is Spirit, first and foremost, when I look at this as just an overall message from Spirit, I can see that you are really figuring out. So like when you're having fun and it's a conduit for miracles, and you're going through this transition and you've got all these little parts of you that are transforming and trying to magnetize back. So here you are, the High Priestess, trying to magnetize back all the parts of you, right? The 8 of Wands, these are like all of the parts of you coming back to home base. But before you can fully integrate them, and I feel like that's then the work of September, you'll want to integrate the Emperor and the Empress, the mother, the father figure. Some of you, that's very specific, like has to do with relationship with your parents. It's very, for those of you who are more on the energetic side, and maybe it doesn't relate specifically to parental healing. It's about yourself as an inner child, and you know, what did you receive from the father figure in your life and the mother figure in your life that has shaped you, and how do those beliefs align or misalign and need to be reworked and maybe transcended in order to better magnetize back to the core. So it's like, I feel as if September is that filter. It's that filter before integration happens. But what you realize with all of these different parts is there's this, to have fun exploring these different parts. And maybe in August you did have fun with that. because you do come into the month of September with that intention of exploring and discovering different parts of you. Like, regardless of what spirit throws at you, you can adjust, find a new way to handle it, or a new way to be, a new perspective, and make it through that season. And so either August was that month where you had to learn how to get through those challenges, and to do so without hope and without fun. You made sure to do it as organically and genuinely as you can. And that's why you started this month off, or this realization that you're able to get over these times of trouble and trials by having this uplifted perspective, or tapping into this other side of you that's very much aware, like something in your awareness at the beginning of the month. So you get to determine how that looks, knowing this is, of course, general for everybody. But nonetheless, let's also go deeper now into these cards week by week. Let's take a look at them. But for many of you, this is about your identity. For some of you, this is about physical family healing, and like healing the experiences and the relationships around you. But family oriented, not specifically love, unless you and your partner are thinking of starting your own family. Then that would be the third layer, where you're crafting your beliefs around that. And what does it look like when we do family differently? And so that's the Emperor first and foremost. The Emperor is the father figure of the tarot, but it is also about the foundation that you build life upon, the structure, the stability. And August / beginning here of September, I feel like you were thrown a lot of just different things your way. I mean, we're all thrown things, right? But I feel like yours might have somewhat disrupted or changed the flow of the home, or the flow of the family, or your home life, or your physical well-being. Like it was a big shift. And that's where the Priestess comes in this second week. It's like this foundation is needed the first week, because to help just support the shift in your perspective now from the changes that have happened around you, and how you handled them. And that's the Empress, really, the third week also. Not only did you handle those situations as best as you could, and it helped you evolve your perspective as well as solidify a stronger foundation, but don't forget to nurture your physical self as well, or nurture your experience, and that this work that you've done, this transformation you've made, has also been nurturing for not just you, but those around you. Again, just going back to that family vibe and your partnership and your personal self and identity. Finally, the last week of September with the 8 of Wands. As you have fun, you got this hope for miracles, you're integrating all these different parts of you back into your whole self. I feel as if there will just be now opportunities that move you out of the cycle, or out of, maybe if it's a physical home, maybe your family or you are thinking about moving, or maybe you and a partner are thinking about moving, or just you are thinking about moving. It could literally be leaving a home situation, move out, but it feels like there's movement from this. Like whatever challenges came in, whatever shifts were made, it feels like those were like stationary and within you and really workable within yourself. But this is like moving out now. This is moving forward into a new cycle. So maybe a new house opportunity, new living situation finally comes in. And it's a resolution. It feels like it's some sort of answer to a question or something that you've been working on. So let's see Spirit's advice as you navigate the month. So we've got create reversed. Okay, so Spirit's like, allow yourself, with create reverse. I'm going to put it in the upright position here just because we're going to do the work. And if we do the work, then it is upright. Allow yourself to let creation be like, create this space for all different parts of you to exist. With the 8 of Wands, the Emperor, the Empress, the High Priestess, like allow the work that is done not to necessarily have to be to expand or understand or discover, justify, reflect. All of that can happen too, but the work is to allow this space, to create the space, to allow for this work to work. And sometimes we forget that this space in which we do things is just as important as what we're doing. And so again, this is a personal space for many of you, but for some of you, it is a physical space, like that home vibe. It does feel like it is shifting. But it is something that definitely starts within first. Okay, let's see what else Spirit has. So create a space for you to integrate all different parts of you and all different ideas and all different opportunities as September goes on. So we've got engage your invisibles. Not only is this like, again, the physical space, this is your energetic space. Make sure that you have good spiritual hygiene practices as you go about the month. Remember, and we have some, like we had the super moon there that happened in August, and I believe we super moon out for the rest of the year. So there's big energy for the rest of this year to do some clearing. So maybe use the moon this month here in September to do some clearing. But with engage your invisibles, it's looking to your energy, looking to your emotions and your expression of that. And finally, we've got burn sacred fire. So yeah, definitely feels like full moon work. So or even new moon if you'd like, but to work with the moon cycle this September. And I'd be happy to help you with that. Of course, I know you are Cancer, so you're deeply connected to the moon, but I feel like there are some really big transformations as you go about just the remainder of this year. And here in September, like that change is starting to happen, like the ball gets rolling. So make sure you've cleared all that you can and that you've created your space to like really take that next step, because it feels like it's time. So I hope that this helps you navigate the month, Cancer. Thank you for tuning in. If we bye, please subscribe. I'm wishing you the best blessings and love always. Take care.